Hi, it's Angela. I want to share a few things with you about immunity, Ayurveda, and the the view of immunity with Ayurveda. It's sometimes looked at in a different way than our regular Western medicine approach. I'm going to keep it short because I know I get long-winded in my trainings on this in this group. But I want to share a number of things with you, so I'm going to keep it succinct. The position of Ayurveda and immunity is that we are born with our very best immunity. So if we were born via a vaginal birth, we get all of the good bacteria from the birth mother who presents an opportunity for the newborn to benefit from all of the grime and grit of vaginal birth. Now, if we were born from a cesarean birth, we don't get that benefit of the vaginal experience. So generally speaking, people born from a cesarean birth have a different kind of immunity than those born from the vaginal experience. The immunity that the cesarean birth person receives is from their local ecology in a different way. So the person who lifts the baby out of the tummy of the mama shares their microbiome with the baby, and whoever holds the baby, shortly thereafter shares the microbiome. So maybe it's family, maybe it's not family. And the idea of this exchange is that the bacteria helps to foster good bacteria in the baby and creates a biome, essentially. So we're not talking about the microbiome, which is in different parts of the body, but our overall biome. So as humans, we exist as a living, active environment for bacteria, flora of all kinds, and a good, robust living environment helps us to stave off any kind of viral, bacterial disease that may come our way. And we pass through all of this every day, right? I live in a city, so that's definitely part of my world. If you live in the country, you're taking in different kinds of bacteria from your local ecology. And it's even thought of in Ayurveda that if you grow up in that kind of environment and are exposed to natural organic bacteria from your environment, then your biome will be much stronger for your whole life. So that's a benefit to growing up in the country, for sure. Now, for all of us in the country or in the city alike, we all have our immunity to protect and to enrich, so we may stave off all of the variants of COVID-19. Now, things that we can do to protect our immunity and to be very robust, so that if we do encounter it or pass it along, it can be done in a way that is very limiting in time for exposure for us. So in that regard, we want to make sure that we get enough rest. Resting our bodies, it's the only time that our bodies get to restore our biome, to restore the balance of bacteria. And our body has internal cleansers and repairing actions that happen to all of the tissues in our internal landscape. So that is the very first course of action. Sleep. Get to sleep early, sleep, and rise with the sun. That's the very best way to ground the body into your local environment. And that helps to boost your immunity. It's also very calming to the nervous system to go to bed early. It helps us to calm down. It helps us to protect any kind of great beta waves that we can create in our body from all of those good rapid eye movement actions that happen. Maybe we'll dream, and we can restore all of the magic that happens in our brains as well. Having a good nourishing diet, so eating fresh vegetables, that should be the number one thing that you eat during the day. So maybe take a look at your diet. Are you eating fresh vegetables? The fiber, the antioxidants, all of the nutrition, vitamins, minerals. Some vegetables have proteins. That's the key to staving off any kind of viral infection like COVID-19. Fresh vegetables. I can't say that enough. The next thing you want to have are really healthy grains, but not too much. Think of grains as a little side component to your food, almost as a garnish. This is the secret of the yoginis, is that we eat in moderation. We eat what we need to keep our weight in check and to also keep our body systems in check. In that way, if we really focus on the quantity of food that we're eating and eat just the right amount for us, we're all unique. We all have different statures. So, really envisioning what size your tummy is, like what would be my size of my stomach. They say that's a good measure to say it's like your fist. And then we want to eat about, until we're like 2/3 full. So I would want to eat to this and then leave like a third open. And in that way, it allows for all of the enzymes to have room to enter the tummy. And the enzymes are included in a salivary experience. So if you think about the mouth, and when we start to eat in the saliva, if you want to envision all of the saliva, like when your mouth starts watering, you're tasting something good, like I'm even thinking about it and I'm starting to get some saliva. Well, when we start eating, and if we eat slowly, and if we chew really slowly, the enzymes really start to flush out. And as we get older, it takes longer for the enzymes to really come out. It even takes longer for the saliva to really move it out. Things are slowing down. So eating slowly, starting with a small amount, eating slowly, you'll find that you get fuller faster if you eat slowly. It allows the enzymes to creep in with the saliva, and there's enough space for all of the action to happen to break down everything. I am including a link to a food combining tool that you can use to really start thinking about what kinds of food that you combine when you eat, and to bring some awareness to that. It can really help improve your immunity if you pay attention to it and just experiment with this tool. It can be very helpful. Stress is difficult. There can be all kinds of stress in our lives. Stress from work, family, stress from living where you live, money stresses. Stepping into your space of leadership in your life, your personal leadership, to enable the stress factors to be minimal is really a great boost to your immunity. It helps to calm your nervous system, and that helps to facilitate good hormone balance. If we're always jacked up, if we're always stressed out, we have really excitable hormones running through our system, adrenaline, cortisol. And if we're always in that state, that means we're going to have other hormone imbalances because there's no room in the system with it being flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. So just think about the mechanics of it. There's no room, there's no space to allow for good estrogen production, good progesterone production, which are the two hormones that we really want to try to keep in our body when we're over 40 as much as we can, because it just helps the systems lubricate themselves. It helps our reproductive organs to age gracefully, and it just helps everything. So minimize the stress. Another stressor that can be huge in our bodies is alcohol. Excessive alcohol use can cause a lot of damage to our vascular system. It can shrink the veins that return the blood to the heart. It can shrink the arteries that take the blood out of the heart. And if you do it all the time, then it's changing the shape of your veins. So if you can minimize excessive alcohol use, you can allow the space for the veins and the arteries to be plumper. You're going to get more blood flow. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. So it's going to improve your immunity. When you're looking good, when you're feeling robust, it's going to improve your immunity. Let's see here, dehydration. That's just key. You have to have a hydration schedule. You need to drink water throughout the day, sips of water, room temperature water. If you're still into cold water, just drink it, whatever it takes to get it into your body, drink it. Ideally, you're drinking room temp to warm water to help flush out and to contract, not contract, but to open your pores in your cells, in your bloodstream, in your veins, in your arteries, opening things up. Warmth is a vasodilator, so it helps to open the cells for receiving the hydration. If you're having cold water, you're going to contract the cells and you're going to contract your digestive organs. So you're not going to benefit from all the good nutrition that you're eating. Obesity is an immunity indicator. It is a big issue with COVID-19. It's a problem for breathing. If we have obesity, we're not able to breathe as well as we could if we had some fat loss. Fat is a good thing. It insulates our organs, insulates our bones in case we have a fall, but we don't want to have too much. Too much fat limits the capacity of oxygen and the way that our lungs can express themselves. And we want to respire well. We want to have that kind of respiration that is open. So allowing the space is important. Think about a weight loss plan. I can help you with that if it's something that you're interested in. And those are the things that I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for watching. So we talked about rest. We talked about your diet. We talked about hydration, minimizing alcohol, obesity, sleep, rest, yes, chronic medications. That was the other thing I wanted to share. If you're on a whole lineup of drugs, it's really taxing on your system. It's taxing on your liver to eliminate all of whatever, the minutiae that's in all the drugs. You want to think about just leveling up your lifestyle and having some better choices so you're not on so many medications. I'm not here to tell you to just get off your medications, but you want to really work with your physician to come up with a plan, if it's possible, to wean yourself off. If you're on cholesterol meds, is it because of a genetic predisposition, or is it because you love to eat meat? It's just some lifestyle choices can really benefit you. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think. Drop a line in the comments below, and I'm going to share that food combining tool with you. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye.